Well, yeah, Evan, multiple bills are catching the attention of both Oklahomans and even state representatives on social media today. Now, in 2023, more than 3,000 bills were filed, but only around 350 became law.
Each year there are a lot of bills that are filed that won't see the light of day, and a lot of those are ridiculous ones like this.
Not every bill filed ahead of Thursday's deadline in the state capitol will ever get a hearing to move to the next step. In 2023, around 11% of the bills initially filed became law, but that doesn't keep legislators from filing. Representative J.J. Humphrey called one bill he filed crazy but important.
I've got a kind of crazy bill. I think that bill's 3804, and it's about furries. We're not going to allow kids to pretend to be animals. We're not going to have animals. If they're animals, the parents can come and pick them up. I've laughed and said, well, we ought to neuter them and vaccinate them and send them to the pound.
The bill would ban children engaging in anthropomorphic behavior from class, and this is written in the bill, have parents or animal control called to remove them. Humphrey says although it may not become law, he wants to bring attention to what he calls a problem. Some representatives say bills like this one take attention away from other important legislation, and they never know what will get a hearing.
I'm at the point now, after serving 8 years in the legislature, I wouldn't put anything past the people who are in charge and hearing the most ridiculous ideas we've heard, this one being the latest. Every day that we're spending time on this, that's taxpayer dollars. And while it may not be signed by the governor, or it could be, there's going to be hours worth of questions and debates that could come along with legislation like this.
It's sad that we live in that kind of world, that we're having to have these kind of issues with furries and with these kind of things going on in school, but that's where we're at, and we're not going to our country is in a bad shape because people have sat back and not wanted to offend.
Now, Humphrey had another bill that would label Hispanic people with gang convictions as terrorists. He told me today he doesn't plan to pursue that bill himself, but he hopes another representative picks it up. He also told me he didn't mean anything racial by the bill. He said he'd be rewording it to include anyone in a gang who commits certain crimes.